God, okay, is this prophetic? What are you trying to tell me? And I was going across the track. But I had to wait. And so she gave me the word, cross the track, come down 2nd Street on the left, and you're gonna, this is the name of the subdivision, and you're gonna come in there. Yes, ma'am, okay. And so finally, after all the wandering around, and I had to go back to the same road, where in my perception, I perceived that this is not the way. Why? Because we have to understand sometimes that God is calling us to walk by faith and not by sight. And there, if you're looking, trying to see if this look like the right way, honey, there'll never be any signs that make you think it is the right way. But there's something on the inside. That's why it's important to believe with the heart. You got to know that your heart is telling you, I'm on the right road. I'm on the right way. And I can't turn around. I can't go back. Because my heart is telling me this is where I should be. There's so many voices in our head sometimes trying to tell us things. There are voices of need, voices of want, every kind of voice. But if you can sometimes hold up, all y'all in my head, just stop talking. Just shut down for a while. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You might not be knowledge. So much going on here. And learn to be still in the presence of God. And say, God, where do you want me? What should I do? I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere until you lead me. Because I understand that even though it does not look like where I should be, that this is a faith journey. Faith is in another dimension. That's why we need to understand. You got to shut the flesh down so that the spirit can override what's going on. And if we miss it, then every time you think you climbing up a ladder, if you have not learned to shut that flesh down, if you have not learned to mortify or to kill that flesh will bring you down every time. That's why for some of us, God is trying to give us a lesson and teach us, because it's all right. You know, if I fall from here, I might not hurt myself as bad. But if I'm up on top of here, and if I fall there, 9 times out of 10, someone hurt. Amen. So if he can just teach you, let you fall while you small. Let me teach you real good before I begin to exalt you. See, that's what happens sometimes with a lot of people. They go up too fast. And when they go up too fast, they're not used to everything that's up here. They're not used to the temptation. They're not used to some of the things that will begin to happen to them. And they begin to fall because they went up too fast. And they didn't have the opportunity to get all that mess out of them while they were down there. When nobody knew them. You understand what I'm talking about? Some of y'all can fall and won't nobody know, because don't nobody know you. Who? Mildred White? Who was she? Mildred. But you get up there and be international speaker. Mildred White. Speaking to audiences of hundreds of thousands, traveling all around the world. And you fall. Guess what? Everywhere you've been is going to be on the wire. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but you better get the mess out of you while you small. You should learn. Number 5, and I'm closing with this one. I arrived. destination. With that said, I need to tell somebody, you may be late, but late is better than never. Late is better than never. It was just seemed like that was a little turn that was getting me, because after I crossed those tracks, I didn't have any problem with the direction. I knew where I was going. But it was getting past the obstacle that was tying me up. I don't know what the obstacle might be. I don't know what's on your tracks. I don't know what's blocking you. I don't know what you're looking at ahead. Because some of us dread some things, you know. Oh, I just hate spots. And because of that dread, it has become your obstacle. And the thing that you're running through or running from is the thing that you have to go through. Arrived on time, or arrived whatever time it was, you know, I had a particular time, but we were flexible that day. I was flexible, and so I picked the individual up, and I'm just saying, I said, honey, I'm sorry. I said, the tracks messed me up. You know, I said, who was that gave me direction? Who was talking to? She said, oh, that was the gardener. It just happened to be the gardener was there that day, working in the yard. Do you remember when the women went to the tomb that day? And there was somebody who they thought was the gardener. And when they went to the tomb and the tomb was empty, and they turned and asked the gardener, do you know where my Lord is? If you have taken his body, let us know. But they didn't know that they were talking to Jesus right then. The person that you need to get your directions from is Jesus. Truly, this woman, she was a gardener, but God had her. Yes. At the right place, at the right time. Because the person that I was trying to talk to, they didn't know how to tell me how to get to where I needed to be. But God had a ram in the bush, and I need to let somebody know. God has a ram in the bush, but you have to go up to Mount Moriah. You have to go up the mountain. You have to follow the sacrifice. The only way that you're going to understand Jehovah Jireh, the Lord that will provide, means that it must be seen in a mountain. Some of us are going to have to climb some mountains. We're going to have to go through some of the obstacles that we don't want to go through. Some of those things that we've been trying to avoid. If you want to get to the destination where you're trying to arrive in order to complete your assignment,